They want to call it growth. They want to call it progress. But what they are doing to black folks in Chicago is quiet genocide. I have to call it for what it is, and it is a genocide. This is not a violent genocide. Instead, it is a financial genocide. The orchestrators of this destruction are in the permit offices, influencing the zoning codes. The orchestrators lock the African American out of the real estate market, just like they did a century ago. 100 years ago, they called it redlining. Today, they use different names: permit fees, zoning changes, blocks per year, single-family character. But the aim is the same: segregation, separation, control, death of the African American. The orchestrators of genocide wish the African American to be a people without ownership. The orchestrator wishes the African American to be financially defunct and unable to rent. The orchestrators wish the African American to be forced to take residency in their cars, so we can be subject to unconstitutional van life laws. These orchestrators wish public housing for Gabby Petito because they see it as a way that could have saved her life if she were called mentally ill. The African American, they wish us dead through genocide. A proposal was brought forth to the Chicago City Council. This proposal could breathe deep life into our city, allowing Chicagoans to build coach houses, ADUs, additional dwelling units, as of right, without the endless waiting for a zoning change. This was Alderman Bennett Lawson's plan, legalizing ADUs across Chicago, offering a path out of displacement, offering a roof, offering rootedness. It passed the zoning committee. Victory for a moment. But then, Defer and Publish by Alds Marty Quinn and Greg Mitchell. A parliamentary trick, a delaying move, to stall justice, to stall homes. And just like that, the vote was blocked. They kicked it down the road to September, after the August recess. In that time, more black families go without. More land sits empty. More opportunities are denied. I write this as a hard truth. Sometimes in Chicago, you can get land as cheap as $2,000. That is dirt cheap. But to break ground, to build anything at all, not 20, not 30, $100,000 in permit fees, $100,000 gone without labor and materials. That's $100,000 spent before the zoning wars and the hearings and the community objections. In Chicago, you need more money than the value of your neighbor's built houses to break ground. In Chicago, you have to spend the value of materials just to occupy a space we already own, to transform what is already there. This is not only redlining's second coming, it is genocide. The residents of Chicago remember how, in the 1930s, the HOLC, Homeowners Loan Corporation, drew maps dividing neighborhoods into good or hazardous based on race. We remember restrictive covenants that said, no Negroes or no Jews. We remember how entire communities were deprived of mortgage access, of public services, of agency. And now, with these ADU restrictions, these zoning caps, these elevated permit costs, we see the echo. Modern-day segregation. A caste system is baked into law and policy. It must end. The Urban Institute's Ghosts of Housing Discrimination reminds us that redlining didn't only vanish with a stroke of a pen. It lives in the built environment. Redlining is built into the voices that are heard in the city council. Redlining is built for those who pay for segregation. The segregation is not only past, it is now, and it can change by giving subsidized ownership to African Americans who do not own. We test the best of our less fortunate in our community, only looking for those who have the strongest amplitude in the subject of real estate management. We build for them a free business, and we subsidize the rent of the disenfranchised tenants. I can think of no better way to use the government to uplift the best of the African American community. I say we find the best and make the better. We are a people who hold power and are the greatest republic on the planet. So we must use our power to develop extravagant wealth for the African American community in Chicago. Is this what God intended? Is this the justice He demands of us? Scripture says, "Woe to those who decree iniquitous decrees, and the writers who keep writing oppression." Learn to do good. Seek justice. Correct oppression. Bring justice to the fatherless. Plead the widow's cause. For I was hungry, and you gave me no food. I was thirsty, and you gave me no drink. I was a stranger, and you did not welcome me. Let justice roll down like waters, and righteousness like an ever-flowing stream.